Hi, this is Dee at Aloha Astro, and I'm going to take a look at what's going on today, August 30th, 2016. A lot's shifting. That's my site, by the way, alohaastro.com. Let's take a look over at planetwatcher.com, where I like to look at what's going on in the heavens at this moment. Pretty easy site to use. You can go backwards and you can go forwards. You can go by hour, day, month, year. So over here we can take a look and see what has currently happened or what is happening, and you can see that the planet Mercury has gone retrograde not too long ago, and here it is in the chart. You can see that Mercury is at the 29th degree, the final degree of Virgo, and it is conjunct Jupiter. It's also conjunct Venus, but Venus has moved into Libra. Now, every time a planet shifts signs, we usually feel it. We notice a shift in that particular energy, depending on where it is in your chart. By house, you may have a shift in that house, in that area of life, where suddenly you notice your tastes or your interests may change. Venus in Libra, there's generally more of a desire to socialize or make peace with other people, to find the meeting point, the compromise. It can also be a time where you are more interested in art, pleasure, beauty, or actually strategy. The perfection of design and planning is something that falls under Libra. Libra being an air sign, which is very cerebral, and also a cardinal or ordinal sign, which likes to give the orders or make the plans and direct other people. Beautifying your body or your home, making things perfect may be an important factor right now as Venus begins to make its track through Libra. Relationships of all kinds are highlighted, but especially romantic relationships. All of this Virgo energy, well, Virgo is strong caretaking energy. It's also the sign that prioritizes, discerns, eliminates things that are unnecessary. And I also find that Virgo likes to know everything that's going on everywhere. Virgo is a sign that seeks information and knowledge for a purpose or reason, but they tend to worry a bit, so they make sure that they accumulate all the information they possibly can, so that if something is needed, they are able to call upon it and put it to use. I look at Virgo also as the Ways and Means Committee sign out of all of the signs of the zodiac. Virgo is very good at figuring out what needs to be done or who needs to do it, or how to connect somebody with the resource or the tool that they need. So Virgo is a very good organizer in terms of, I would say, facilitator more than organizer. They facilitate. They're able to make things happen because they know where to look for what they need. It is a very needs-oriented sign, and that is particularly important right now since we have a lot going on here, and we will have even more going on here as Mercury retrogrades back over any details that you need to take care of that were neglected, or you may be finding out certain things that were overlooked or not taken care of. And this retrograde time period would be an excellent time between now and September 22nd to clean it up, fix it up, figure out what you need to do, rework your budget, rework your plans for your future, make sure that people are following through on the things that they are supposed to be doing in your life. During this retrograde, particularly since Virgo is ruled by the planet Mercury, traditionally, although some people think that there is an association between potentially Chiron and Virgo. But during this time period, while Mercury, the traditional ruler, is the planet itself moving back over and through Virgo up until I think it's 14 degrees where it stations direct. But here it is, it's at its final degree, 29 degrees of Virgo, and it will be backtracking. So think about anything that you need to go back over, and don't assume that other people are doing their part of a job. Don't rest and take it too easy, particularly while this cluster of planets is, and the sun in particular, is going to be tying into this T-square here. And this T-square is strongly indicative of working through problems or figuring out what we need to do. Where do we need to act, because Mars is an action planet? Where do we need to stabilize or build form and structure? What do we need to break through, tear down in order to build that form or structure? And these two planets, when they get together, can be kind of harsh. Mars is a strong material planet, physical planet. So is Saturn. It's kind of like fire meets rock. And you can have a lot of intense energy around this, especially in the fiery sign of Sagittarius, which is just itching to move forward. And generally, Sagittarius flies high on idealism and looking toward the future, or going off into the wild blue yonder. And this is kind of like a ball and chain here in a sense, because Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter, wants to grow and expand very quickly and has a very high burn rate. And these two planets here, it's kind of like the gas is Mars and the brake is Saturn, and they're both being used at the same time. So something good can come out of it when you pay attention. Use some of this Virgo energy and see how you can pay attention, or what needs to be done. Get down to your necessities, and then take your actions to build your foundations or deal with what you need to deal with. Do not forget the element of faith, and do not lose sight of your dream. Right now, the opposition between the Sun and Neptune can create a sense of I'm losing, or some fear can enter into it, because Saturn and Mars can stimulate fear that you will not get your dream, the dream being represented by Neptune, that things will not work out, or that this is impossible, it will never work. Watch your self-talk. That's another thing that a Mercury retrograde can help you with, is look at what you think and listen to what you say, and if it is not good, well, fix it. Very often we get in our own way. We stand in our own way in terms of the things that we could potentially manifest, or if we send mixed signals, which is what this opposition to Neptune can mean. If we're not clear, if we do not use the clarity that Virgo can give us, and getting down to the point, and then send it out to the into the formless, or the ocean there of Neptune, the big wide expanse, then we're not going to get anything solid or constructive out of it. We're still going to be caught chasing our own tail and not getting anywhere, and just feeling like we're being victimized or everybody's against us. Well, yes, okay, stuff happens, and sometimes we can't see how we created through our own unconscious thoughts, or the stuff that just comes out of our mouth that maybe we didn't really mean. But if we're spending half our time thinking that we can't have something or do something, and the other half of the time wishing, hoping, praying that we'll get it, we're split, we're divided, and we're not going to move forward. We're going to be stalled. So an interesting thing is that Virgo, in terms of the parts of the body, it rules the digestion and the elimination process. So watch what you're feeding yourself, both literally with your body and figuratively in your mind, and then watch what's coming out and clean up your act. It's pretty simple right here, but it doesn't necessarily feel good. And we may have some awareness of that. The generation that has Pluto at, my Pluto is at 8 degrees Virgo. I was born in 61. Pluto moves very slowly. So if you're born anywhere on either side of 1960 by a couple of years, you may be influenced right now by the Sun joining your natal Pluto, and we will be having a new moon occur on the 1st, 2 days from now. And that will suddenly reveal a lot of stuff. And since the Pluto in Virgo generation will be experiencing this conjunct one of their natal planets, and Pluto is a planet of power and transformation, there may be stuff that comes up. There may be crisis, there may be drama, there may be upheaval, there may be massive change. And I would say generally it is all for the good, because the sun is also forming a trine to Pluto in the heavens right now, that this would be something that is meant to occur. That basically anything that is going on is probably for the best, even though it looks like everything is being torn apart or is very difficult or challenging to deal with. It can also be a time where you call upon your own inner strength and power and decide that you can do this, or this is important or necessary, and you see the path that you have to take in order to step into that power and to get to the next level of your life, whatever that might be. And of course, look at your natal chart, see where you have Pluto, see if you have any other planets in Virgo. Of course, anybody who has any natal planets in Virgo, you are going to be experiencing more of this Mercury retrograde. You are going to be experiencing more of this new moon in Virgo. We all have Virgo somewhere in our chart. Even if you don't have planets in Virgo, you're going to find this symbol here somewhere on the outer edge of your chart wheel. So the thing to do also with this new moon is become familiar with your chart wheel. Go take a look at it over at my site here. You can scroll down on the right, get your free birth chart, go and look at it. See where you have that Virgo energy. See if you have any planets in there. And that will give you some idea of what area of life that you will be experiencing that new moon in, and where you need to become more alert, more aware, where you need to pay attention to the details, where things might become revealed to you during the course of the next few days, and what you need to go back over. So not just are we shifting from the end of a month to a new month, which I find, and this isn't even astrological, but people are aware when we come out of one month and move into another month and we turn that calendar page, it feels like suddenly we're on a fresh start. And with a new moon on September 1st, we certainly are on a fresh start. And the thing with Virgo, which is a very discerning sign, is to discern, well, where are you going to pay attention? What are you going to do now? Make your list, prioritize, and don't waste your energy, because if you find yourself spinning your wheels or wasting energy, then you're losing track of what you are seeking to accomplish. You're stepping out of the potential power that's in the heavens right now. You're stepping out of the potential for some positive change that we see here between Uranus in Aries and Venus in Libra. Changes in relationship may also be on tap for some people, whether it's change that is for the better or change that you feel is for the worse may depend a lot on whether you're on the end that is going into something good, or whether you're on the side of getting out of something that's turned bad, and whether you're going into being single, which would be the Uranus in Aries, or whether you're going into being part of a partnership, which would be the Venus in Libra. So that could go either way depending on where you're at in relationship, but pay attention to your relationships and whether you are in balance right now. This also here with, oh, this is the moon today. Okay, so this will be moving, of course, very quickly, but right now we do have an aspect between the moon in Leo and Pluto up in Capricorn, and this can increase the level of awareness that people have toward the shift or the change that is occurring today and over the next 2 days as we go into Mercury retrograde. And I would actually call this one like itching for a fight. So be careful. Things will cool down once Virgo energy is activated, but the moon in Leo can get pretty boisterous and like bring it on. And since this is making an aspect to Pluto, it's like, okay, I'm ready for this. Bring it on. Just watch on the road, watch temper, watch driving, and don't take things too personally, because everybody's under the same type of pressure as we feel these planets make their changes and as we're dealing with this T-square. Okay, I think that's about it for what's going on right now. be safe and be happy and enjoy this new moon. Make your list, set your intentions for the month of September, where we will be having eclipses and what will be up to the autumnal equinox will be coming up. So this is a very busy month, and have a great day. Watch for future videos.